Good day, everybody. Today I'm going to be reviewing the game Roll and Rock. Now, Roll and Rock is a print and play game, and the object of this game is you're going to be playing the part of a rock band, and you're going to be trying to gain the most amount of fame points by the time the game ends. In this game, you're going to be using colored pencils, and everyone is going to have a different colored pencil to use. For this review, I'm going to be using a marker just to show you how the game works. So, let's take a look at it. So on the main sheet here, you've got 6 different locations you're going to be able to place your dice. You've got the Music Pub, the Rock Music Fair, the Rock and Roll Club, the Recording Studio, the Hard Rock Station, and the Rock Festival. Below these are going to be the different actions that you will be able to take. This means you can do it for 1 die for that and 2 dice for this, and it goes up as you go to the different locations. Right over here, this is going to be your staff members, and you're going to be able to hire staff in order to use them as dice numbers. And you've got 6 different ones. You've got the bouncer, you've got the music teacher, you've got the technician, the journalist, the paparazzo, and then the critic. On the player sheet over here, you're going to be able to draw your band right over here and then name your band. I'll just say me, for example. This sheet is only going to be used for you. This is going to be your instrument skill. This is going to be your music, I guess, / vocal skill. Down here, over here, this is going to be your singles. This is your single. And then right over here is going to be your album. On this section, this is going to be your scandals, and I'll talk about how those work later, but these are going to negatively impact your score. This is going to be your popularity level over here, and these are bonuses that you'll be able to earn once you're able to surpass the certain levels, like this is level 1, level 2, etc. Down here, these represent the number of fans you have, and then right over here is the number of fame points that you have earned. And the goal of the game is to earn the most amount of fame points. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of show you how the game works here. The very beginning, what you're going to do is you're going to hire 3 staff members. So you're going to take 3 dice, and you're going to go ahead and roll them and set them aside. So I have a 2, a 2, and a 4. On the main sheet over here, you're going to have these dice over here, and you're going to basically match the number to this. And then you're going to be able to hire one of the staff members that is underneath that number. So right now I can hire a bouncer, a critic, or a journalist. So let's say I decide I'm going to go ahead and pick the bouncer. I'm going to choose one of these die numbers here, and I'm going to go ahead and mark it. Let's say I mark a 5. I'll be able to use this die later on in the game if I decide to hire the bouncer. So I got another 2, so I'm going to go back over here. Let's say I decide I'm going to go ahead and hire the journalist, and I'll go ahead and mark a 3. I'll just choose that. Here's the 4. I'm going to go have these 3 choices. This is going to be the paparazzi, bouncer, and then the music technician. I'll choose the music technician, and this time I'll go ahead and mark a 4. All of the players are going to go ahead and do that. Any of the numbers that are marked on here won't be able to be chosen. So we'll go ahead and get started. The first round, which is marked here, is going to have 3 dice. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the 3 dice over here and set them aside. So I have a 2, a 2, and a 4. So the way it works is I can go ahead and place a die over here. If I want to play more dice, they have to be either paired or in a sequence. So a sequence would be like a 2 and a 3, for example. So let's go ahead and just place 2 dice over here to start. I'm going to go ahead and mark off 2 of these dots here on this player wheel. Player wheel basically is going to tell you how many physical dice that you'll be able to play. Any more than that, you're going to have to take a scandal. But it will reset once these are filled up and it goes to this section. So right here, my action will be I can hire 2 staff members. So just like I did the last time, I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to go ahead and look to see what I want. Let's say I pick the music teacher. I'll put a 3 there. And for this one, I'll go ahead and pick another journalist. So I'll drive the 1. So my bonus is going to be grabbing a fan. So I'm going to go ahead and take a fan in. And for every fan I get, I'm going to go ahead and mark up 1 on my popularity level, like so. So the next action, I have 1 more die left. So I've gone and placed the 4 over here. So this will allow me to either choose from a music teacher skill or a instrument skill. So let's just say I decide I'm going to go ahead and choose an instrument skill for this. And that's going to go ahead and end my turn after I marked off that I have a fan and another popularity bonus. So then my opponent's going to go ahead and go, and then we'll go on to round 2. I'll mark that off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark some extra points over here just to kind of help you show how the scoring works and things. I've rolled a 2, a 3, and a 4. I'm going to go ahead and place it over here on the Rock and Roll Club. This is going to garner me this action. So what this is going to do is this is going to add my music teacher points together. So right here I have 2, so that's going to be 4 fame points. So I'm going to go ahead and write a 4 in here. Also, this is going to raise the value of my album and also of my singles level. So I want to go ahead and put one here, and then I'm going to put one here as well. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and mark off all the dice that I used here in the Rock and Roll Club as well. So I'll also end up getting another fan, so I'll mark the fan and then the popularity bonus over here. So let's say round 2 is over. Now to round 3, we're going to be using 4 dice now. I roll the dice, and I got a 1, 2, 3, and a 5. So let's say I want to go ahead and go into the recording studio. I've got a 5 here, and I have a 3. So I've decided, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the 3 and a 5, and I'm going to go ahead and hire the technician's 4 die to come over in here with me. So that's going to allow me to play 3 dice. Now, since the technician joined me over here, I'm going to actually get a bonus because the technician is going to get a bonus for using this room. I'll gain an equipment point. So I'm going to go ahead and gain my equipment point right over here. So for this, I'm going to be able to record an album. The album is going to be worth the amount of the single, plus my equipment, which is going to be over here, which is 2, so that's 3. And I'm going to roll a die over here. I'm going to divide it by 2 and then round it up. So that's going to give me a 3. So that's going to go ahead and give me 6 album points. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it over here. 4, 5, 6. I have 2 more dice over here. I'm going to go ahead and play them over here in the rock station. And so this is going to give me some fame points. This is going to give me 2 points for this over here. My popularity level is going to be 1, so that's going to be 3 points. So I'll add 3 points to the fame here. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a number up to my single again. So I'm going to go ahead and put a number here. So when my turn ends over here, I'm going to be getting a bonus for every single and album that I have. So right now, I'm going to get 7-point bonus. So I'm going to go ahead and add that here to the fame points, like so. And the last move is going to be the Rock Festival. This is going to take 4 dice. Let's just say I've decided I was going to do this. Put all those there. This is going to be another fame point. This is going to be my music teacher skills, 2, instrument skills, 2, which is 4. The popularity level right now it's 1, that'll be 5. My fans, which is 3, that'll be 8. And then another die roll divided by 2, so that'll be 1. So that'll be 9 points. So I'll go ahead and add 9 points to that. And as always, I'm going to go ahead and mark off on the wheel here what I used. If you want to use get virtual dice, you can do that by marking off fans. For every die you need, you'll just go ahead and erase a fan off of your page here. So I'll go ahead and erase 2 fans, just in case I needed 2 dice, for example, and I could go ahead and use them virtually. Now, virtual dice are not going to count towards the wheel. Let's just say I rolled something like this, and I had a die here, and I wanted to play 2 dice in the music pub, but there's only 1 space that I can do it. Well, what I can do is I can go ahead and just take a die, and that will go ahead and be the scandal. Scandal, if I get a scandal, I'm going to go ahead and mark it off like that, and that's going to count for negative points at the end of the game. Another way I can get a scandal is if I just simply steal a virtual die from somewhere. So if you want to mark off a scandal, what you're going to have to do is go to the Hard Rock Station and play 3 dice. That will allow you to erase part of the scandal over there, like that. So anyway, at the end of the game, you're going to go ahead and total up all of your fame points. And at the end of the game, whoever has the most amount is going to win. Well, being a musician myself, I can certainly appreciate roll and rock. Pretty much every element that involves being a rock star is in this game, between having bouncers and between making albums and between going to the different places to try to get your more fans and more notoriety and more exposure. All of that is in there. So as a musician, I can certainly appreciate that. Now, this game is a very complex roll and write game. There's a lot of rules that you have to remember in this game. There's a lot of things that you have to remember to do. For example, if you go to the music pub, and this is just the music pub, you're going to roll the dice and get your staff members. If you want to use a virtual die, you have to remember to cross off the staff member or cross off any of the fans that you have to get that virtual die. And if it turns out that you did it wrong, you have to go ahead and mark off with the scandal. Then after you complete the action, you need to go ahead and remember to add your bonus on there, and then which can be the fan, and if it is the fan, then you also have to mark the popularity level. If the popularity level gets to the next level, then you have to also remember to mark off a bonus from that. And if you end up using a specific staff member in that area, you also have to mark off the bonus for that. So there is a lot that you have to remember in this game. The other thing I noticed about this game is that it kind of plays the same way when you play it. The first 2 turns that you play, you're going to be going to one of the first 2 locations because all the other locations are going to require that you have points. You're going to get staff members from this first space, which you need staff members to get dice. The second space is going to be your equipment bonuses and your music bonuses, which you're going to need in order to score points for the third one and then the fourth one, etc. I have 6 spaces available, but half those spaces aren't going to do you any good. So I've kind of noticed that when you play the game, it's going to follow the same formula. If it's at the first 2 spaces the first couple of turns, then you'll work your way up. Once you're able to get past those first 2 spaces, you're going to kind of decide, okay, which one of these next 4 do I want to go to, or do I want to go back to the first, and how do I want to do it? Do I want to use virtual dice? You may have to because you might not get a good roll. You might have to do a scandal as well, so that's going to force you to go back to space number 5 to go ahead and clear out that scandal. I think that anybody that is looking for complex roll and write games might want to check this game out. All right, guys, that's my review of Roll and Rock. We'll catch you later. Keep on going.